Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Lit Yoshi. Now, Lit Yoshi is a rapper from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and he's claiming that TBG. Now, Lit Yoshi recently got locked up with none other than Fredo Bang. It was like 2 months ago now. And man, this story is crazy, man. The fact that they got locked up together and the situation that happened, you don't even know who to blame because obviously somebody left some weapons on the premises when the cops showed up to check things out. And man, they both ended up getting jammed up. Lit Yoshi got jammed up because he was out on bond. Then Fredo Bang got jammed up because he was recently released from jail, and under the conditions of his release from prison, he could not have weapons around him. So now they're both still sitting in prison, man. And things in Lit Yoshi's story is starting to get a little bit worse for the rapper, man. Because it looks like a judge just revoked his bond. Whew. Now, before we get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about this Lit Yoshi situation. And I'm going to be referencing a story from The Advocate, which is a Louisiana, it's a news publication down there, and they basically cover a lot of areas. They cover Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lake Charles, all over, right? Now, they've been doing a good job of keeping up on the stories about Lit Yoshi, just like your boy. Now, in this story, the headline says this. It says, rapper Lit Yoshi's bond revoked by Baton Rouge judge over new arrests and guns. Now, the story starts off by saying this. It says, a judge revoked Lit Yoshi's $1.82 million bond Thursday after an FBI agent testified that 5 guns, ammunition, and a bulletproof vest were found in July in a Florida home where the rapper was under house arrest while awaiting trial. Now, for those of you who don't know, Lit Yoshi had the opportunity to go under house arrest in Florida. Everybody wanted him to get up out of Baton Rouge because dude has 7 shooting cases hanging over his head. And nothing good can come from that. So the judge shot him some bail, did him a solid, let him do his house arrest out of state in Florida. And it seems like it was the same residence or even in the same, vicinity as none other than Fredo Bang. So at least he had his homeboy there. Then he could go to the studio. It was a lot of cool stipulations for somebody facing a lot of time, man. Now, this all came to a head, obviously, when the Florida home got bursted in by the police and the FBI agents, and they found those guns, man. That's when things went south. Now, the story continues by saying State District Judge Talbert Smith's decision means the rapper, whose real name is Yoshi Edwards, will remain jailed until his trial on 7 counts of attempted first-degree murder stemming from 2 rap rivalry shootings in Baton Rouge last year. Now, the news publications out there and the authorities out there believe that TBG is in an ongoing rap rivalry with none other than NBA and BBG. You got the bottom boy gorilla gang, you got the top boy gorilla gang, and then you have NBA Never Broke Again. And it seems like they're all at it with each other, or TBG is at it with the other two. And that's the narrative that's been playing out in the media, right? And we've been covering that. Now, the story continues by saying Edwards, 22, does not have a trial date. But Smith is the judge, said he will be set one at November 8th on the at the status conference. So they're going to do a conference so that way they can get a status of everything, and they're going to set his court date then. Okay, and it continues by saying this. It says, when he set the $1.8 million bond last summer, the judge specifically barred Edwards from possessing a gun or being in a house with firearms. Now, obviously, they're using this situation that just happened. But, man, that had my mind thinking. I was like, well, what if somebody was really trying to set... And I'm not saying this is what happened, but this is just my mind wandering. If you knew that Fredo Bang couldn't be around no guns, you knew that Lit Yoshi couldn't be around any guns, if you wanted to, you could have somebody just have them guns up in there, and then all of a sudden the agents bust in and there's guns there, and that's enough to send both of these cats to jail and derail their rap careers. But I mean, that's an elaborate scheme, and I doubt that's what happened, or I don't know if that's what happened, but it doesn't seem that far-fetched, right? All right, man, let's continue. Now, it said Edwards relocated to South Florida after posting bond in August 2020, a move Smith called prudent for his safety. The judge even said, yo, this is smart for your safety. But shortly after, the judge scolded Edwards for treating his house arrest as paid vacation. I mean, he is in South Florida. His homeboy is one of the hottest rappers in the game. He's on the Breakfast Club and all that. He's got studio time. Come on, man. He gonna be living it up, because he knows that he's got these cases he's got facing. So, I mean, can you really blame him? Now, Edwards was arrested in July in Florida in yet another rap-related shooting last year. This one in Slidell, prompting the East Baton Rouge Parish District Attorney's Office to ask the court to revoke his bond. Prosecutors cited the Slidell arrest and the guns found at the South Florida home. East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office homicide detective, who is assigned to the FBI task force, was a part of the team that executed a federal search warrant in July at the Florida home, testified Thursday that there is an ongoing federal investigation. Like I said in the last video about this, man, until they figure out who shot that dude at Rolling Loud back in 2019, 2018 or whatever Rolling Loud that was in Miami, they ain't gonna stop looking, man. They trying to figure out what happened in that situation. Because for those of you who don't know, there was an exchange of gunfire and an innocent bystander lost his life. So I don't see them stopping looking for that, if you know anything, you know what I mean? Now it continues by saying, when Edwards' attorney Ron Haley asked Chambers if the rapper was arrested in July solely on Slidell warrant, the agent replied, yes, so far. Chambers said the search warrant is under seal. So right now the search warrant is a sealed document. All right, so they also say that Edwards attended. Now, Edwards, for those of you who forgot, is Lit Yoshi. Edwards attending the hearing virtually from the St. Tammany Parish Jail. Chambers testified that none of the firearms discovered during the Florida search were found in Edwards' bedroom, but he said bullets and gun boxes were left in plain view. So they're saying there were weapons in plain view when the agents came in to execute even the search warrant, to execute the warrant for his arrest. Now, they just happened to see the things that were out in plain sight, and there were gun boxes and bullets. Now, the prosecutor, Stuart Thoreau, argued to Smith that the guns, bullets, and body armor in the Florida home were very concerning and ran afoul of the bond agreement. So basically saying that was against his bond in the original agreement. He could be out, he could be in Florida, but he couldn't be around the weapons. Now, in quotations, it says, this Miami residence was not in compliance with your bond. The prosecutor said, that's a clear violation of a very important condition of his bond. Haley argued that Slidell incident predated the judge setting the $1.82 million bond. It is not a new criminal behavior, he said. So basically saying that since the alleged incident happened in Slidell was before the bond was set, that he should have still been under the same stipulations of the bond and still maintain his bond to stay out free. Now his lawyer is out here working, you know what I mean? Now Haley also said Edwards did not physically possess any guns found in the Miami home, but Smith said the mere presence of the guns in the house violated the bond terms, as did Edwards' Slidell arrest. So they're basically saying the Slidell shooting case and the fact that weapons were even in the house or whatever is the reason why he revoked his bond, because it went back on the bond agreement. Now, for now, Edwards will remain in custody in St. Tammany. The judge asked the prosecution and defense for recommendations on the best holding facility for the rapper, saying he has serious concerns about him staying in East Baton Rouge because of the ongoing feud between rival rap groups in the area. The Florida raid came after investigators linked Edwards to an April 2020 shooting in Slidell. Authorities have attributed the shooting to an ongoing feud between NBA, Never Broke Again, and TBG, Top Boy Gorilla, record labels, groups that authorities also described as gangs. And when I introduced the names BBG and TBG earlier, I said gangs, but they're not gangs, man. These are record labels. These are people in the music industry. Only these news stories say that they're gangs, so I'm not saying that they're gangs, right? Now, the story goes on to talk about Fredo Bang. It says, a local rapper, Fredo Bang, whose real name is Frederick Givens, and to be honest, Fredo Bang is way past local at this point. I mean, dude's got a plaque, you know what I mean? Him and Dirk got a plaque. He's already established in the rap game, you know what I mean? Now, it goes on to say also that he was arrested, and during the raid, after federal agents searched the home belonging to Givens, found the guns and a stolen car. So there was a stolen car in the parking lot or something like that they were trying to attribute to them too. Now, Edwards and Givens perform under the TBG label. Rival Baton Rouge rapper NBA Youngboy, whose given name is Kentrell Golden, founded the NBA group. An arrest warrant prepared by Slidell Police says officers responded to reports of a shooting on April 29, 2020, and later discovered the intended target was likely a man signed to the NBA record label who allegedly had a hit out on him from a rival Baton Rouge rap group. Now, obviously, they're linking those two things together. They're saying somebody from TBG being, and in this case, they're saying it was Lit Yoshi, and there was somebody from NBA who had an alleged hit out on him and basically, he was able to escape. Now, it says the man and another person who was injured in the shooting had just entered a car outside a Slidell apartment complex when they were met with a hail of bullets. The intended target, who escaped without injuries, was scheduled to testify against Edwards. That's Lit Yoshi. Somebody was scheduled to testify against Lit Yoshi, who's down with NBA Youngboy and them. That's what they're saying. That's down with NBA, I should say, or signed to them. It said against Edwards in court about previous shooting. Detectives later found a YouTube video posted in March 2020 in which Edwards called him a snitch. Now, everybody knows who Lit Yoshi called a snitch. I ain't never seen no paperwork, so I'm not going to say no names, and I'm not going to allude to anybody being a snitch or anything like that. I don't care. I'm not a street dude anyway, right? Now, it continues by saying Edwards was finally arrested after his phone was found in a vehicle linked to another Baton Rouge shooting on July 4th, 2020. Search warrants for the phone turned up evidence that implicated Edwards in both shootings, as well as other criminal activities, police say. So basically, you see how that one situation led to the arrest of both Fredo Bang and Lit Yoshi, man. Hopefully, Lit Yoshi's lawyer keeps fighting for him if he didn't do anything wrong, and that way, he can get a fair shot at trial, man. And hopefully get back out here in the rap game and do his thing. But when it comes to Fredo Bang, I'm wondering why he's waiting in the wind, because when this story first came out, his initial claim was that those firearms belonged to his security. Now, if his security lives on the property, are they allowed to have firearms? That's the real question, man. Now, to be real with you, I'm hoping this works out for both of them, and I hate to see how this thing has spiraled out of control and derailed their rap careers. But, man, it looks like we're going to get answers before or later, man. But at this time, Lit Yoshi is going to be locked up, at least until he sees trial. Now, with that, what do you guys think, man? Do you think that Lit Yoshi is being unjustly prosecuted in this situation? Or when you weigh in the gravity of all the cases that he has, the liberty that he had at being in Florida, able to do his, be on bond out there and be out there with Fredo Bang, and now Fredo Bang's in this, is this just what it is and what it's going to be? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.